Welcome back to InjuryGuru.com. I'm Carla Schimmelfinnig, registered physical therapist, and this is the ninth exercise or stretch in the exercise program titled Shoulder Exercise Program Number 1. This is what we therapists like to call a self-mobilization technique. So you're thinking, what is that? And it simply is just a stretch for that joint and for all the structures, those small, intimate structures that surround that shoulder joint. It's really useful whether you are having pain or stiffness and just a loss of motion and mobility. So most likely you fit into both of those categories or at least one of those categories. So this technique or stretch can be really useful, really helpful. One thing I really like about this particular technique is that you can, if you need to, use this frequently throughout the day in this initial phase. So let me show you the technique and then I'll tell you how long and how often I want you to perform that. I'm sitting on my bench here, but all you need is a chair where you can actually hold on to the side front edge of the chair that you're sitting on. I want you to make sure that you're sitting up with really good posture. But when you perform this exercise, your shoulders need to be relaxed, completely relaxed. So grab onto the edge of that chair toward the front edge. Let your shoulders completely relax. And you're going to keep a grip with your fingers on the underside of that chair. And all you're going to do is lean away from that painful side or that painful shoulder. Again, make sure that that's really, really relaxed, but that you're still sitting up nice and tall at the low back. What you should feel is just a pulling sensation or a stretch. Most of my patients will say it just feels really good. It can relieve pain right away or while they're doing it. When you do this particular stretch or technique, I want you to hold that lean for 10 seconds, and I want you to do that 5 or 6 times each time you do it throughout the day. Initially, I want you to at least do that twice throughout the day. So when you are doing all the other exercises and stretches in this program, I want you to do this one and do this twice a day. However, like I said before, you can use this more frequently. So if you're doing something at work or at home, you've been reaching, pulling, lifting, and it's causing an increase in your pain, sit down, try this particular stretch, and see if that works for you right then. Most of my patients will tell me it like I said, it feels good and it works well for them. So that is the shoulder mobilization technique in the form of a distraction. And again, it's just separating that joint surface a little bit and stretching all the structures around that shoulder joint. So now you have all the exercises that you need in this shoulder exercise program number 1. So I want to challenge you to get started. I want you to just see what this exercise program can do for you. And I want you to do 2 things, maybe 3 things. I want you to commit to this for 2 weeks. And if you find that your pain is getting better and you can do those things that you need to do, reaching and reaching out in front of you, reaching behind you, lifting and pulling, then I want you to email me at therealinjuryguru@gmail.com and just let me know so I can celebrate with you a little bit. And then second, I want you to progress then onto the shoulder exercise program number 2. In that program, you'll be doing some of the same exercises, but you'll be using dumbbells or TheraBand, whatever you might have at home. And it just will help you progress through the next phase and really the final phase of getting strength back. So this phase helps you just wake everything up, get your motion back, decrease that pain and stiffness. But then the next phase is to get some strength back. So get started and just let me know how things are going.